Greetings, horror fiends, and welcome back to my personal initiation into Wild Eye Wednesday. Today I got a special review. First of all, before I get into the review, thank you to everybody who does Wild Eye Wednesday. I was going to say Wild Eye Week, but we just finished that. But thank you to everybody who does Wild Eye Wednesday, and thank you for having me. I reached out to my really good friend, Joe the Horror Man, and asked him if I could please join Wild Eye Wednesday with you guys. And they granted me access, special access. I got my card. So here I am. I won't promise to be doing these every single week. It all just depends on the workload. I've said before on other videos, everything is completely dependent on workload. But I will be doing them as I can. So without further ado, let's get right into it. Today's review, recommendation, topic of this evening, of this horrific evening, is going to be the fucking film that almost made me shit my pants. Nah, man, it was a great fucking film though, man. That's going to be The House on Cuckoo Lane. Oh shit, that is a major fucking foul, man. That is a major fucking foul. I apologize, Mr. Waldeye. I'm sorry. I still love it. I will still cherish it. And that's the back. The House on Cuckoo Lane. It's a great fucking film, man. Great fucking film. This was actually, I think, the one that actually really intrigued me and got me to pull the fucking trigger on this movie was going to be my friend, good friend, confidant, Joe the Horror Man. Thank you, buddy. Thank you for your review. My pocket hates you because you make me spend a lot of money on movies. But personally, I love you. Now, bullshit aside, man. Thank you. I was actually lucky enough to get this on a good deal directly from Wild Eye. I went into the website. You guys, if you saw my pickup videos when I mentioned this one, you guys know what happened. But pretty much, I went on the website. They had it available. I purchased it, and lucky enough, I got it in the mail. Yeah, so that's that. But as far as the film goes, man, the film is actually pretty interesting. It's pretty cool. It's essentially what we have is just a horror collector who has a list of holy grails, I think, which we can all actually relate to, man. As horror collectors, we all have our little list of holy grails, right? But his list actually consists predominantly of one film. I mean, he has a list of a bunch of films that he would like to have, but there's one film that's considered a legend of sorts, where they're pretty much saying like, oh, some people say it exists, some people say it doesn't exist, and then there's whole fucking little backstory to that film and shit. And I think we can all, like I said, I think we can all relate, man. We all have our, not that we're actually going to obsess over a film that we don't even know if it exists, but we all have our holy grails. Like, if we were to have money and this one opportunity popped up with this film or this edition of a film, like, we'd fucking pull the trigger. Like, personally, I wouldn't actually spend all that money like they're asking for it. Like, me personally, sorry to go off on a tangent, but I would probably get the Videodrome from Arrow Release, the little box set. And I would probably spend a decent amount of money. Like I said, I wouldn't spend the $250, $300 that I've been seeing people actually asking for them. But, you know, I would spend a decent amount of money on it just to have it, because I love fucking Videodrome. So yeah, but back so yeah, I guess back to the review. You could actually relate to that as a horror collector. But his desire to have that film actually becomes an obsession, and that obsession is not a good thing, unfortunately for him. And it's just one of those things, man, where you want something so bad it starts to become a reality of sorts, and shit goes wrong, man. Shit goes wrong. I'm not gonna tell you if you actually found the film or not. You're gonna have to watch it in order to find out. But the only thing I will tell you is that shit goes wrong, man. And the beginning of this film was actually, like my friend Joe said, it was character buildup. But I talked about it afterwards. Whenever I saw this, I messaged him right away. I was like, dude, I watched this film and what the fuck and blah blah blah. And kind of went off, and I told him it was a little bit slow towards the beginning. I'm not gonna lie, for me, right? And it didn't take. It's not a slow burn of a film. It's just the beginning, kind of get into it. And it is. I mean, now that I think about it in retrospective, it is character build up. It's showing you who this guy is, what he's about, his core collection, and he has a lot of good films on there, man. So it's pretty cool. And then it focuses kind of on his obsession to actually be able to obtain this film, you know. So like I said, I mean, it is a little bit slow going, but once it gets going, it doesn't let up, man. It doesn't let up. It's not going to be overly gory, even though you do see a lot of blood. And it has some blood. It has some good practical effects in there. But once it gets going, it does not let up. It doesn't give you a real opportunity to kind of rest and let me soak this in and let me keep on with the story or whatever. It keeps going and going and going and going, man. And it's great. It's great. It's eerie when it's supposed to be eerie. And it's all written on a serious note. You know, it's not like a horror comedy or anything like that. It's written on a serious note. And it's a shot on video as well. So it's amazing. It's amazing with such a micro budget, you know, being that it's shot on video, how much was able to be accomplished and how atmospheric it actually is. It was made to be atmospheric, and that's what it is, man. And I actually really enjoyed this film. I enjoyed this film. I messaged my buddy Joe, like I said, afterwards, right? And we were talking about this for a little bit, and I was like, wait, I was actually obsessing over this film as well, right? And then I started like, oh shit, like what's gonna happen now? But you gotta watch the film to be able to understand, man. I don't want to give it away. Just take into account that it's a shot on video, very independent, very micro budget. And you could tell it's micro budget just because pretty much everybody's last name in here was Hines or Hinds, Hinds. So Hines, I guess. This is produced and directed by David Hines. So written by David Hines and Ross Bradley. So, I mean, pretty much it was like a family thing, right? Family and friends, they all got together like, fuck it, let's just make this movie, man. And they did it, dude. And they pulled it off, like I said. With such a low budget, they actually were able to create something atmospheric. So, which is actually pretty cool, because now that I'm thinking about it, I mean, I've actually known this. I just haven't really thought about it until like right now to mention it. But not every independent horror has to be like filled with fucking blood and gore and boobs and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can actually create some different shit. And this is very, I'm not gonna say it's inventive, because I could kind of see like the plot being done already. I could probably name, I think, just then as an example, I don't know if this was actually done first or this other movie I'm going to mention was done first, but a lot of people have mentioned it being reminiscent to cigarette burns, you know. So that within itself tells you that the plot's already been done before. But like I said, to be able to have the effectiveness and the atmosphere that this one pulled off on such a low budget is fucking tremendous, man. I highly recommend it. Highly recommend it. On a rating system between 1 to 10, I would probably give it 7.5 to an 8. Like I said, I would highly recommend this. You know, go ahead, give it a watch, buy it, do what you got to do to fucking obtain it, even if it has to become an obsession. Just be careful with your obsession, because it could get the best of you and fuck your world up. But yeah, man, check it out. That's my review for House on Cuckoo Lane, man. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, this review, my initiation to Wild Out Wednesdays. I will be back with more. I will be back with the vengeance, and I will be back to take your fucking soul. Salute.